Hello. Today we have with us Pippo Ranci, and we are going to talk about his new book on energy poverty. This issue is a very important issue today in the world, and it's part of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Uh, why was it important for you to connect access to energy with feeding the world goal of the expo?
Well, thank you for the interview. The basic idea was that we were in the same place. So it was a group of Milanese economists and operators in the energy sector who were admiring this idea of having an expo not only on technical industrial progress, but on a very basic humanitarian goal that is feeding the planet. And we thought that the energy sector could have a say on this. And the nearest issue to feeding the planet from the point of view of the energy sector is to face the drama of the people in the world who have no access to the minimum necessary level of modern energy, which is electricity and a clean fuel for cooking.
Going forward, we see that in the United Nations Sustainable Goals, there is an emphasis on the principle of access to energy. And what do you think is the future? Where do you think we can go, especially from the point of view of the developing world where there is very little access to energy even today?
Well, the overall dimension of the issue is provided by the very good work that is being done by the International Energy Agency. They publish the data on the World Energy Outlook every year, and this has been our base of knowledge. It is a huge problem. The lack of access to electricity still regards more than 1 billion people out of the 7 billion of human population. It's 1.2 now, and it is going down, but very slowly. The lack of a clean way of cooking regards more than 2.5 billion people. And that is barely going down, but so slowly that the problem will be there. Even, well, both problems will still be there in 2030, when they should be solved according to goal number 7 of the Sustainable Development Goals. So there is a discrepancy now very clear between the goal and the resilience of these two issues. And this is a big challenge.
Yeah. Following up on that, you spoke about two things. One is access to electricity also, and clean cooking. And many times we see that these are considered by people as interrelated, but I see that there could be differences between these two topics. And could you explore or expand for us what's the difference between access to electricity and clean cooking?
The big difference is that you can face the issue of electricity you can face and has been faced so far basically in terms of investment is needed to expand generation and networks. While this is not relevant with clean cooking. But now the interesting aspect is that even electricity, well, the networks are being expanded, but we understand that there is a large part of the people excluded who will be never reached by the networks. They are outside the possible economic expansion of the networks. And fortunately, the development of renewable generation in small standalone generators like a solar panel, or mini grids which can be fueled by basically by renewable sources, although there may be a small traditional thermal generator maybe as a backup. All these opportunities are low scale, local, and so they are more similar to the solution required for the clean cooking issue, which is basically an issue of creating local markets for appropriate stoves and markets for clean fuels, like residuals from the business of wood or agriculture, or in some cases you may have liquefied natural gas. But there is a large area available for biofuels.
Thank you very much for the interview.
It has been a pleasure for me.